Look at the clock. Do you hear that? Every single tick is a precious second of your finite existence slipping through your fingers like dry sand. You are sitting there, perhaps in the dark, perhaps in the noise, waiting for the perfect moment to arrive, waiting for some magical sign from the universe that it is finally time to start your journey. But let me tell you the hard truth. The clock does not care about your fears, your insecurities, or your long list of excuses. It just keeps moving, indifferent to your hesitation. If you spend your whole life waiting until you feel completely ready, you will spend your whole life standing still while the world passes you by at light speed. This is the exact moment where you must decide if you are going to be a mere spectator or an active participant in your own life story. Do not let the heavy silence of your inaction become the permanent soundtrack of your future regret. The time to start isn't tomorrow, it is right now, in this very second. You see them, don't you? The people living the life you want, traveling to the places you dream of, and connecting with minds from every corner of the earth. They aren't better than you, and they aren't luckier than you. They simply have a key that you haven't claimed yet. There is an invisible wall standing between you and the global conversation, and that wall is built from the words you do not know and the sentences you cannot yet form. English is not just a school subject or a hobby. It is the universal frequency of human progress. Without it, you are shouting into a vacuum, confined to a small corner of the map, while the rest of the world communicates in a language that belongs to everyone. This barrier doesn't have to be permanent. You have the power to dismantle it piece by piece, word by word, until the world outside is no longer a distant dream, but your daily reality. How many years have you told yourself that this would be the year? How many times have you looked at a calendar and felt that sharp, cold sting of regret because you are still in the exact same place you were 12 months ago? Regret is a heavy burden to carry, and it only gets heavier with every day you choose comfort over growth. You think you have time, but time is the one thing you cannot buy back, no matter how much success you eventually find. Every day you spend avoiding the challenge of learning English is a day you are essentially choosing to stay invisible. You are settling for a smaller version of your life because you are afraid of the work. But let me ask you, isn't the pain of staying where you are much worse than the pain of effort? Stop letting your shadow dictate your future. It is time to turn around and face the light, leaving the what-ifs and the somedays behind you forever. It feels overwhelming, doesn't it? Thousands of words, complex grammar rules, and a pronunciation that feels like a puzzle you can't solve. When you look at the mountain of English, it looks like it might crush you. You think to yourself, I'm not smart enough, or I'm too old for this. But look at what you are actually doing. You are giving power to an object. You are letting a collection of words define your limits. This book isn't a weight, it is a foundation. Every word you learn is a brick you are laying down to build the staircase that will take you above the clouds. The weight you feel isn't the difficulty of the language. It is the resistance of your old self trying to stay in control. You have the strength to lift this. You have the capacity to absorb this knowledge. Do not let the size of the task intimidate the greatness of your potential. Take it one page at a time, one word at a time, and watch how the weight transforms into wings. There will always be people who laugh. There will always be those who find joy in your struggles because they are too afraid to try anything themselves. When you stumble over a sentence, when your accent sounds thick and clumsy, when you use the wrong tense, they will whisper, they will point, they will make you feel like you don't belong in the conversation. But listen to me very carefully. Their laughter is a reflection of their limitations, not yours. Every mistake you make is a badge of honor. It is proof that you are in the arena, fighting for a better life, while they are merely sitting in the stands watching you. Do not let the opinions of small-minded people keep you from a big world future. Let their laughter be the fuel for your fire. One day, you will be speaking with a clarity and a power they can't even imagine, and on that day, their whispers will be drowned out by the sound of your success. It all begins with a single spark. It doesn't start with a speech at the United Nations. It starts with one word. One simple hello, one basic sentence, one moment of understanding a lyric in a song. That spark is the beginning of a fire that can change your entire life. Do not underestimate the power of the beginning. Many people never even get to this stage because they are too busy looking at the finish line. They want the result without the process, but the process is where the magic happens. When you finally grasp a concept that used to confuse you, that feeling of aha, is the most addictive sensation in the world. It is the sound of a door unlocking in your brain. Cherish these small moments of clarity. They are the evidence that you are growing. They are the proof that your brain is adapting, evolving, and expanding. Feed that spark every single day until it becomes a blaze that illuminates your entire path. The climb is hard. Nobody ever said it would be easy. You are scaling the heights of a global culture, and the terrain is made of thousands of years of linguistic evolution. Some days, you will feel like you are sliding backward. You'll forget a word you knew yesterday, or you'll get confused by a rule that makes no sense. But look down for a moment. Look how far you've already come. You are higher than you were when you started. You're stronger than you were when you were just sitting on that clock. Every letter you grip, every sound you master, makes you more capable of handling the next challenge. The mountain of English doesn't get easier. You just get better at climbing. Do not look at the summit and feel defeated. Look at your hands and see the strength you've gained. The view from the top is reserved for those who didn't stop when their fingers got tired. Keep climbing because the air is clearer the higher you go. While the rest of the world is sleeping, you are working. While others are chasing temporary pleasures and scrolling through mindless content, you are investing in the most valuable asset you will ever own, your mind. These quiet hours in the middle of the night are where champions are made. The sacrifice you are making right now, the sleep you are giving up, the social events you are skipping, is the down payment on a future that most people can only dream of. Success isn't a sudden event. It is the accumulation of thousands of invisible hours of work. Each verb you conjugate in the silence of your room is a seed you are planting for a harvest of opportunity. It might feel lonely right now, but you are not alone. You are joining the ranks of the world's most driven individuals who understood that, to have what others don't, you must do what others won't. Keep the candle burning. Who do you see when you look in the mirror? You see the person you are, or the person you are becoming? Right now, you might feel like a beginner, someone who struggles to find the right words, but deep inside you, there is a version of yourself that is fluent, confident, and articulate. That version of you is not a fantasy. That is a mathematical certainty if you do not quit. Every time you practice, you are moving closer to that reflection. You are carving away the hesitation and the fear, revealing the powerful communicator that lives within. Start acting like that person today. Stand a little taller. Speak a little louder. Carry yourself with the confidence of someone who knows where they are going. The mirror doesn't just show you the present, it shows you the potential. Believe in the person you see in the reflection, because that person is waiting for you to catch up. The bridge between who you are and who you want to be is built with the language of the world. And then the storm hits. Just when you think you've figured it out, a new rule appears that contradicts everything you've learned. The exceptions, the phrasal verbs, the idioms that make no literal sense. It feels like chaos. It feels like the language is actively trying to push you out. This is the valley of despair, the point where most people give up. They decide that English is too illogical, too difficult, or just not for them. But listen, the storm is not meant to stop you. It is meant to test your resolve. If you can stay standing when the grammar is confusing and the words won't stay in your head, you will develop a mental toughness that will serve you in every area of your life. The storm will eventually pass. The sun will come out. And when it does, you will find that the air is fresher and your understanding is deeper. Don't drop your umbrella. Don't turn back. Hold your ground and wait for the clarity that always follows the chaos. You've done it. You've reached the point where you can finally cross the first bridge. You aren't just studying anymore. You are using the language to move from one world to another. This bridge represents your first real-world application. Maybe it's an email you wrote without a translator or a video you watched and actually understood. It feels surreal, doesn't it? The chasm of ignorance that used to separate you from the rest of the world is being bridged by your own effort. Every step you take on these letters is a step away from your old, limited life. You are entering a new territory where the rules are different and the opportunities are infinite. The bridge is sturdy because you've built it yourself, one study session at a time. Don't look back at the shore you left behind. Your future is on the other side, and it is more beautiful than you ever imagined. Keep walking, because the further you go, the more the world opens up for you. The world is no longer just noise. For the first time, the sounds coming from the TV, the radio, and the people around you actually mean something. It's like a veil has been lifted from your ears. You start to catch the rhythm of the language, the melody of the sentences, and the subtle emotions hidden in the tone of voice. This is the moment where English stops being a task and starts being a tool. You find yourself smiling at a joke you didn't have to translate in your head. You find yourself nodding along to a story because you are actually living it with the speaker. This new sense of hearing is a superpower. It allows you to absorb knowledge directly from the source. You are no longer waiting for someone to translate the world for you. You are experiencing it in its raw, original form. Your world has just doubled in size because you can finally hear what it has been trying to tell you all this time. For so long, you were a prisoner in your own mind. You had thoughts, dreams, and opinions, but you were trapped because you couldn't express them in the language of the room. You were the quiet one, the one who stayed in the background because you were afraid of being misunderstood. But look, the chains are breaking. Your tongue is becoming untied. The words are finally starting to flow from your heart to your lips without getting stuck in your throat. This is the birth of your global voice. It might still be a bit shaky, and you might still trip over some sounds, but you are finally, truly speaking. You're no longer a silent observer of your life. You are a vocal participant. When you speak, you are claiming your space in the world. You are telling everyone, I am here, I have something to say, and you are going to listen. Never let that chain be forged again. Your voice is your power, use it. Every door you ever encountered used to be locked. The door to that international company, the door to that university abroad, the door to making friends from different cultures. They were all closed to you, but now they are swinging open. The world is no longer a collection of borders and barriers. It is a playground of possibilities. By learning English, you haven't just learned a language. You've acquired the master key to the planet. You can go anywhere, talk to anyone, and understand any system. The map is no longer a drawing on a wall. It is a list of places where you are now welcome. Think about the magnitude of that. You are no longer a citizen of just one town or one country. You are a citizen of the world. The light coming through that door is the light of 1,000 different futures, all of which are now accessible to you. All you have to do is take the first step through the threshold and never look back. The opportunities come knocking when you speak their language. Suddenly, you aren't just another applicant. You are a global candidate. You can sit at the table with the decision makers and the innovators. You can pitch your ideas to people who live 10,000 miles away. This handshake is the symbol of your new status. It represents the career you've always wanted, the salary you've always dreamed of, and the respect you've worked so hard to earn. Your value in the marketplace has tripled because you can bridge the gap between cultures. You are the one who can communicate, who can negotiate, and who can lead on an international scale. This isn't just about money. It's about the freedom to choose your own path. You are no longer limited by your local economy. You are competing on a global level, and you are winning. This is the reward for all those nights you spent studying while everyone else was wasting their time. We live in the most connected time in human history, but that connection is only useful if you can understand the signals. With English, your laptop is no longer just a device for entertainment. It is a portal to a global network of minds. You can collaborate with a designer in London, a developer in Bangalore, and a marketer in New York all at the same time. You are part of the collective intelligence of humanity. You have access to the sum total of human knowledge, most of which is documented in the language you've worked so hard to master. The world is your office, and the internet is your highway. You are no longer isolated by geography. Your ideas can travel across oceans in a fraction of a second, finding the people who need them most. This is the true power of the modern age, and you have finally unlocked your place within it. You are a node in a global web of progress, and your contribution matters. But beyond the jobs and the travel, there is something even more profound: the ability to truly connect with another human being. When you learn a new language, you gain a new soul. You can look into the eyes of someone from a completely different background and understand their heart. You can share your stories, your fears, and your hopes. You can offer comfort to someone who speaks a different native tongue, and you can receive it in return. This is the heart of the matter. Language is the ultimate act of empathy. It is the bridge that allows us to realize that, despite our differences, we are all essentially the same. Your ability to speak English has given you the gift of global friendship. You can find a home anywhere in the world because you can talk to the people who live there. You are never a stranger when you have the words to say, I see you, I hear you, and I understand you. This is the most beautiful part of your journey.